Now, so far I've been relying on our own proprietary framework to create our unit tests. Our proprietary framework produces reliable, consistent, and predictable results and can be easily used on its own, which will guarantee high quality of the tests being created. Nevertheless, what the tool also offers is an integration with external LLMs, which can be leveraged to further increase the quality of the tests being produced. LLMs have better semantic understanding of the code, thanks to which they can provide more meaningful inputs for the tests. What I am doing right now is I'm creating unit tests for category service class with our proprietary framework, but what will also happen in the process is we will send a request to external LLM provider to further enhance the quality of the inputs being used for testing. 31 test cases have been created for 10 different test methods, and 7 of those test cases have been fixed with AI to provide more valuable inputs. If we take a look at the code of our test class, you will notice that some of the values have been provided by LLM. For example, external AI provider was able to understand that category in our store should be something like electronics. It was able to provide meaningful description. It was able to provide a path to PNG file as an image over here. Also, whenever, for example, URL is needed, AI is able to understand how this URL should look like. This is an example one. This is one referring more to an API which can provide the list of categories in our store. But what I can also leverage the AI to do is to make some changes in those tests that have been created. I can take one of those tests and I can try to improve it with the AI. There are some predefined improvements over here, like adding edge and error cases or converting to a parameterized test, but I can also provide a custom hint. For example, provide a more meaningful name for the test method. I submit this request to LLM provider, and the code is being produced, which includes a new name for our test method. When I click apply, those changes are being applied directly within the code. So now my test method is called update category should throw parameter exception when parameters are invalid. This is a more meaningful name, and it is easier for the person who is looking at those tests to understand what this particular test is actually doing. What I can also do is leverage AI Assistant to do the same thing in bulk for me. Actually, with AI Assistant, I can send any custom hint to try to make changes or improvements for my tests, or maybe answer some questions that I may have. In this case, I will ask my AI Assistant to provide more meaningful names for all the test methods within category service test class. And what AI Assistant is doing is it is actually printing out some new suggested names for the test methods that I have in place. So, what does this mean in practice? Autonomous test creation with AI-assisted refinements and optimizations can save you up to 70% of the time typically spent on reaching your coverage goals. That means faster development cycles, fewer blockers, and more time for teams to focus on writing great features, not boilerplate tests.